Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and today I am doing the Clear Stamp of the Month video for Spellbinders. They were kind enough to send me this to play with, and I have to tell you, the cards that I made with this just turned out so stinking cute. I absolutely love them, so I'm gonna go ahead. Well, first let me show you what's in this set. We've got a couple of cute little birds and a little baby bird and a little wreath, which I think is kind of cool. We've got some flowers. This bunch here, this swag would work real well with that wreath form. We've got a lot of sentiments, and we've got this nice little flag. Now the flag, of course, is flag shape and has got a bit of a wave to it, so they included some stamps that will work with that. So we've got happy birthday, that is in a wave form, love you more, sorry, and thank you. We've also got some additional stamps: smiles enclosed, flying by to say hi, hello tweet friend, sending tweet thoughts, you make my heart sing, a little bird told me. So this is a really cute set, and I think it would work good for most of the year. I tend to think more spring with this, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am in a Halloween mood, so I'm making Halloween cards using this set. To start off, I'm going to stamp out these cute little birds in some Memento Tuxedo Black ink because it is alcohol marker friendly, and I'm going to color these guys up with some alcohol markers. Now I am rubbing the back of the stamping surface because these are brand new, haven't been taken out of the package yet, and they are a little bit sticky, and I want to make sure that they do a good impression. I'm also going to use some Versamark on them to try to season them a little bit and help the Memento Tuxedo Black ink stick enough to the stamp so that they do give that good impression I'm looking for. After coloring them up, I'm going to go ahead and try fussy cutting these out. And for most of these, I go ahead and cut on the line instead of leaving that little white gap that we sometimes leave around our images to make them look like they've been die cut. Then I took a dark gray marker and went around the edges so that any places that I missed and didn't cut quite close enough to the edge doesn't show. It doesn't show as that white piece. I also cut off the legs, but that's okay. The piece I'm going to be adding this little bird to, I'm going to stamp the bird's legs on there before adhering them down. Next, I grabbed out my mini slimline envelope and nested card creator large die of the month from July and cut out a bunch of little panels, the smallest of which I'm using kind of as, I don't know, my layout for what I'm going to be adding to my card. And I love the way that these turned out, and I'm adding actually a sentiment to this that didn't come from that set. So the sentiment is coming from the Sunday Drive All Occasion Sentiments from Spellbinders. This is actually used for that Sunday Drive card that I absolutely love, but it has a bunch of little sentiments you can use, including Happy Halloween. So what I'm doing is I'm going to heat emboss that in white embossing powder. You're probably wondering why I heat embossed in white. Well, I'm adding some leftover ink off of my red blender brush over the top of that sentiment and covering part of the card panel. It's giving it kind of a creepy look. You could do this with basically any color, but I figured red would go pretty well with the red color on the birds. So I am just covering up that sentiment and part of the rest of it, and then I'm going to just buff off the excess ink over the white, and you can see that it just starts to pop. So I colored up all of those little images on this panel, just like I did on those original ones that I cut out. Thing is, on the cutout ones, I couldn't really get as close as I wanted to, so I went ahead and colored these up, and I figure I can layer some of those on there. I also added a gray line around most of the bird so that when I place it down, it won't show, hopefully, won't show any of the black stamping underneath. Next, I'm cutting some foam tape pieces to put on the back of my little bird so I can pop him up over the stamped image. Next, I'm going to turn that little bird into a little witch bird. I cut out the bats and the witch's hat from the Die Delights Halloween Sunday Dried Etch Dies, another set that goes along with those little cars that I love so much. Anyway, I went ahead and cut those out, and I'm adding the little hat on some foam tape to the top of my little bird's head. Now we've got a little witch bird. I matted that little white panel onto a black panel that I cut from a larger size using that same mini slimline die set. Then I'm adhering all of that down onto a red panel that I cut from the largest of those dies. This basically gives you the shape of your mini slimline card. And then I'm going to go ahead and add those cute little bats. At this point, I decided I wanted to put this on a black card base and have that black card base show just a little bit around the edges. So I'm trimming down my red panel so I can mount that onto that black card base. Next, we need some finishing touches. First, I'm going to add some shimmer pen to the top of my witch's hat and onto those cute little bats. And then, as usual, I went ahead and added some little crystal gems to the card too. Now this card turned out so cute, and I do have all those extra pieces, so of course I had to make a second card. I love how these little guys turned out. Thank you for joining me for this video where I created some Halloween cards using the Clear Stamp of the Month set from Spellbinders. And I used some of my other Spellbinders products that I already had in my stash. I hope this video inspires you to get out and create something great. And remember, if I can make it, you can too.